It could have been a draw. Christek told me it was a draw.
Two judges had it
10-10.
much closer. But who said it was a f***ing draw?
Christek.
Would you advise him not to do the rematch then?
From a boxing sense, absolutely. From a financial sense, you know, if he wants another 50, 60, 70, 80 million, whatever it is, how can you say no?
I mean, looking at the fight, bro, like, it was competitive. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford, man. I don't know how many rounds I actually gave Canelo, but I want to see a rematch.
We are planning, of course, Canelo will get back to my country between February to March, something like this, for second fight. A lot of secrets and big announcement, big surprise. Maybe it will be exclusive with you and your new program, inshallah, next week.
I don't know why the result like this, but in my opinion, I will focus and I will try to do the rematch.
I was just about to say that. We know that you are all about making the best fight possible.
If they accept, we will do it.
Worse the next fight. I think he would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because I think some of what we saw from Canelo is just what he's has to resort to now.
It has been announced by Turki Alalshikh that Canelo Alvarez will fight Terence Crawford again in Saudi Arabia in 2026. Robert Garcia said he would like to fight again. Also, he said he would like to see the fight again and that he thinks Canelo Alvarez has a clear path to beating Terence Crawford. He said that even though Crawford is skilled, Canelo's bigger size and better ability to take a hit would make the difference in the fight. Canelo was told by Garcia to move forward quickly and keep punching until he hits.
He needs to make a change, I think. I would love to see the rematch. I think in the rematch, if he comes back with the hunger that he needs, he could beat Crawford. Because Crawford, you know, is very talented, but I think Canelo could beat him. Canelo's strong, man. Canelo's strong. Canelo could take a good punch. So I think he could just go and don't respect his punch and throw punches even though you're gonna get hit, but don't give up. Keep going until you hit him.
Garcia also said that a repeat would only be very competitive if Canelo changed a lot about how he fights. He said that fans would still believe in the fight if Canelo made those changes. Garcia did say, though, that if Canelo approaches the second fight the same way he did the first, people will expect the same result.
People are talking rematch. Do you think if there is a rematch, it'll be more of the same?
I think if there is a rematch, it would be pretty challenging, and the people would still believe in it if he made those changes that I'm saying. If not, if it stays the same, then people are gonna think we're gonna have the same result.
Next, Terence Crawford said that he had a lot of respect for Canelo Alvarez and that he had been a fan for years. He said that Canelo was a complete boxer and praised his great balance, defense, counterpunching, and choice of punches. Crawford said that Canelo was a great fighter and praised his strength, deadly left hook, and dangerous overhand right.
I'm a big fan of Canelo. I've been watching Canelo for years. You know, I can't say one thing that he don't do good. He got great balance. He got great counter punching ability. He got great defense. He got great punch selection. He got great feints, great power, great left hook, great overhand right. You know, he's a great fighter.
Eddie Hearn believes that Canelo Alvarez is not as strong as he used to be, even though he is still a skilled fighter who wants to fight Crawford again. He also said that, as is usual with Canelo, the deal would probably have a clause for a second fight. Hearn, on the other hand, was sure that the outcome of a repeat would be the same. He said that Crawford's style and movement are not right for Canelo and that he would never beat him.
Where does he go from here after a loss to someone like Crawford?
I mean, I think a lot of it depends on how you're feeling. You know, I mean, I don't talk to Canelo much anymore, other than a few messages now and again. So I can't tell you personally how he feels about boxing and where he's at in his life. He's a true competitor. He's nowhere near the fighter that he once was, but he's still a great fighter. I believe they have a rematch clause. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of wording, because Canelo doesn't enter a fight without some kind of wording in terms of rematch clause. but he's just not going to beat Terence Crawford. It's the style's all wrong for him, the movement's all wrong for him, and that's what I said. Going into the fight, I really believed Crawford would win in the style that he.
Hearn, on the other hand, gave an honest opinion and said that from a fighting point of view, he would tell Canelo Alvarez not to accept the rematch with Terence Crawford. Then he quickly admitted that money was tight and said that it would be hard to turn down a possible $80 million payment. Hearn doesn't think Canelo will win the fight, even if they fight 4 or 5 times, even though there is a huge financial reason for him to do so.
Did you advise him not to do the rematch then?
From a boxing sense, absolutely. From a financial sense, if he wants another 50, 60, 70, 80 million, whatever it is, how can you say no? Do I think he could win the fight? No. I think they could box another 4 or 5 times. I don't think he'd win the fight.
At the same time, Robert Garcia suggested that Canelo Alvarez change his strategy by adding a new voice to his training camp. He thought this would get him a lot of respect from other people and show how flexible Canelo was. Garcia stressed that even small changes could have a big effect on how a future repeat turns out.
If they made a few changes, maybe adding, maybe adding somebody, to camp where they're gonna come and help out, maybe change things around. I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't know what the way they think. I don't know how they do it, but it would probably get a little bit of attention, with the media, because everybody's gonna be thinking, oh, that's it. He's never gonna, he's done the last few fights the same, so we don't think he's gonna change. Maybe something else, a little change will probably make a difference.
Garcia also said good things about Terence Crawford's performance against Canelo. He thought the fight was a clear and beautiful win and said Crawford had won most of the rounds while Canelo may have only won 3. He was strongly against the idea of a draw. Garcia also said that Crawford shouldn't quit just yet and should instead fight again before ending his career.
What do you think about the Crawford-Canelo fight?
It was a beautiful performance by Crawford.
He finished strong. He won 3 of the last 4 rounds.
Beautiful performance. He won most of the rounds. Canelo won maybe 3 rounds.
I had it much closer. It could have been a draw. Christek told me it was a draw.
2 judges had it
10-10.
much closer. But no. Who said it was a draw?
Christek,
come here.
Where is he at? Okay, Crawford wins. What does he do from here, Robert?
Retire and enjoy and be one of the best in history.
So if you were Crawford, you would retire.
Maybe give him the rematch and then retire.
Dan Rafael says that Canelo's deal for the fight with Terence Crawford does not include a clause that automatically allows him to fight again. His knowledge from Canelo's staff confirmed that it wasn't there. Rafael, on the other hand, said that Canelo has a deal with Turki Alalshikh for 2 fights. It is still possible for Turki to ask for a second fight, but Crawford is not required to do so right away.
Yeah, I think there was another thing circling about potential rematch between Crawford and Canelo, but when they make these contracts a lot of the time, and obviously we know it makes a lot of money regardless, but is that something that people are going to be as best invested in?
I don't think so, and what I am told by Canelo's people.
It was confirmed by Turki Alalshikh that Canelo Alvarez will fight Crawford again in Saudi Arabia in 2026. He said that they have a plan for Canelo to have more than 1 fight, and at least 2 more fights are planned for 2027. Alalshikh also said that the coming year would be full of big news and shocks. He also said at least 3 big things would happen that you can't understand.
We're planning, of course, Canelo will get back to my country between February to March, something like this, for second fight.
Win or lose?
Win or lose, of course. We have still 2 fights more with Canelo, and we are thinking and planning to offer for him also at least 2 fights more in 27. Let's see, we are planning to do cards maybe in January, and there is a lot of secrets and big announcement, big surprise. Maybe it will be exclusive with you and your new program, inshallah, next week for the next year. Something, at least 3 big events you cannot imagine.
Before you tell Coppin.
At the same time, Paulie Malignaggi told Canelo Alvarez not to get into a fight with Terence Crawford right away. Instead, he suggested that Canelo fight and easily beat Chris Eubank Jr. after Eubank Jr.'s fight with Conor Benn. Malignyi thought that a convincing win over Eubank would boost Canelo's confidence and aura, making fans think that he was back and ready for a much tougher fight against Crawford.
Canelo does the rematch method. I'll tell you what they should do. Not they should do, but my personal opinion to make it better. Fight Eubank after the Ben fight. You know, I think he'll mop the floor with Eubank, and then it'll give more self-belief. You have the surgery, whatever you have to have. Beat Eubank, because now you don't have a title, so it's not like a waste of time to defend titles against Eubank. Beat Eubank, and that creates a mystique again. Like, oh, Canelo's back. He's destroyed somebody. He's looking good. Now he's ready for Crawford, because you see the way his shoulder looked in this fight, the way his elbow looked in this fight. He looked great against Eubank. Again, theoretically speaking. And then you sign the Crawford.
Canelo Alvarez said that Terence Crawford was a great boxer who deserved to win after he lost his fight. He said that in the ring he had worked hard and done everything he could. Finally, Canelo admitted that he couldn't beat Crawford's style, no matter how hard he tried.
We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Similar to this, Canelo Alvarez said after the fight that he would be open to a repeat and that it would be a great fight. He thought about how far his career had come and said that he still fought in dangerous fights because he loved fighting. He gave Crawford all the credit for the setback and said that he still feels great and is driven.
I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's gonna be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters. And I'm glad to be here. I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there. And I am still taking risks because I love boxing. Crawford is a great fighter, skilled fighter, and I get the credit to Crawford, obviously, and I feel great. I still feel the same.
Henry Cejudo also said he wanted to fight Canelo again. Even though the fight was close and Canelo hit Terence Crawford several times in the body, he knew that Crawford was in charge for most of the fight. Even though the fight was unfair, Cejudo wants a repeat because Canelo said he didn't feel well and that his body wasn't working right during the fight.
I mean, looking at the fight, bro, it was competitive. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford, man. I don't know how many rounds I actually gave Canelo, but I want to see a rematch. I want to see a rematch because Canelo did mention, I didn't feel good. Like, my body was it wasn't reacting. My mind wanted to, but there was something physically with my body that it just felt different.
Kamaru Usman said that if they fought again, Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez even more easily. He said that Canelo's new way of fighting, which he has used in the last 6 to 8 fights, has become a constant habit because of changes in his body or injuries he has had in the past. Usman said that this same pattern had previously left him open to Dimitri Bivol, but he doesn't think it will work against Crawford's skill.
Would do worse the next fight. I think he would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because I think some of what we saw from Canelo is just what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile as he used to be, which I'm not counting anybody out. But from what we're seeing, it's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights, because that same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him. And so I just don't think the way that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. No. And I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident.
Next, Canelo Alvarez said that he had a lot of love for Terence Crawford and that he was one of the best boxers of the last few years. Even though everyone has the right to their own thoughts, Canelo made it clear that his main goal is to get into the fight and win.
Crawford, for me, is one of the best fighters in the last years, and he accomplished so much. So for me, means a lot, this win. So, and either way, for me, opinions are opinions, and I just gonna go there and win the fight.
In his review of the last fight, Andre Ward said that Terence Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez was true greatness. He said that Crawford who was 37 years old, needed to fight in a more dangerous and strategic way to show that he was the king of this generation. Ward also said nice things about Canelo for agreeing to the tough fight, and Turki Alalshikh for setting it up.
Just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
From Terence Crawford, just great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turki Alalshikh for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Moving on. Hamza Shiraz admitted that his prediction for the fight was completely wrong and praised Terence Crawford's great performance. He also said that Crawford was even more proof that he was one of the best boxers of all time. Shiraz was most impressed by Crawford's strength at 168 pounds, which allowed him to stand his ground, control the clinches, and easily move Canelo around.
I was wrong, man. My prediction was so off, bro. I'm known for my predictions to be so shit, bro. Yeah,
Come on, like David Hay.
Yeah, my predictions are so off. But massive props to Crawford. Domination, and that's what it was, wasn't it? It was domination, and he looked comfortable at 168 pounds. Yeah, man. He cemented himself as one of the GOATs in boxing yet last night.
What surprised you the most by Crawford, would you say?
You know what surprised me the most? Him holding his feet and still dominating. Being strong enough to exchange in the clinches, and manhandling Canelo a bit, man. Turning him around like it was nothing. Yeah, that surprised me a lot.
Coach Brian Bullmac McIntyre said the fight went exactly as planned, with Canelo moving forward and landing wide blows. Bullmac said that the spot is usually tense when there are fights. Afterward, he thought Crawford made it look easy and was in full control during the whole show.
We're 100% how we thought it was going to go.
Did it?
It was 100%. Him stepping forward, him throwing the wide shots, him moving his head, him trying to fight on the inside. It went just like how we wanted it to go. That's what performance you guys got from Terence.
Was it easier than you expected? Because I mean, he made it look easy in there. We were talking upstairs, we were talking about like when you're doing the little pitter-patter shots and then whamming the shots, and that means you're in total control in your comfort zone. Was it easier than you expected?
Let me tell you this, man. So, like in the corner, going through the fight, you just like, kind of like tensed up a little bit, is he doing this, is he doing that right? But after the fight was over and then you sit back and you watch the fight, yes, it was easy.
Canelo Alvarez is back in the gym, ready to fight Terence Crawford again. He is focused and ready. Every hit he makes on the heavy bag shows how dedicated he is and serves as a constant reminder of his single focus. Canelo shows off his whole game in the gym. He guards well from the front, alternates between left and right body shots, and shows off the defensive skill and destructive power he plans to use against Terence Crawford in his next fight. The stage is set for a historic fight. Turki Alalshikh officially announced that Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez will fight again in 2026, this time in Saudi Arabia. This will be a memorable fight. Some experts, like Robert Garcia, think that changing the strategy could make the fight more interesting. But Eddie Hearn and Kamaru Usman are still sure that Crawford's strategy is impossible for Canelo to solve. One thing is for sure. This fight will either be a repeat of Crawford's success or the amazing comeback Canelo is hoping for. This return will make history, bring in millions of fans, and show why boxing is the drama of the unexpected. The official countdown to 2026 has begun. Who do you think will win the second fight? Tell us in the comments what you think. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more expert reviews and analysis of boxing fights.